which is this one that I use. Very slow speed. I'm just going to use my finger rest because it always helps me a lot. So there we go. So now that it's rotating this way, so what you want to do is push out the cuticles outwards. That's how you prep. I'm just going to turn the nail a little bit. You'll see, because I want this, because it's rotating this way, as the little machine operates this way, it's going to push the cuticle outwards and upwards. You just want to get rid of all the non-living tissue, and then when you use a draw bit like this, you don't push down on the natural nail. You actually lift it up a little bit from the natural nail. You just let it touch it slightly and rotate it on the actual cuticle area. This sharp little edge, don't push down, but just slide it in between the nail and the cuticle area, very, very slightly. Don't push hard. You basically just let it glide there, and that'll get rid of all the non-living tissue that's on the actual side of the nail. My cuticles are actually not looking too bad, so we don't have too much non-living tissue to get rid of. I'm just making double sure, taking off all my dead skins there, and then also here you'll see this drill bit that I'm using is so fine that it won't harm your skin in any way. It just actually buffs off the dry, hard skin. It won't cut you and it won't abrade the skin. So there we go, prep is nearly done. because the others has got nail polish on, I will check. That is about the length. There we go. Then I'm going to take off this side. And then I'm going to take off that side. Now I can buff it. I'll shape it. Let me just close this glue or adhesive. I'm going to take my 150 grit file, my normal filing routine when putting on a tip, just 1 or 2 slides on the natural nail on the side to make sure that your tip is fitting there properly. Then I get the line, because we've got a horrible rainstorm. There we go. Then you check from the middle to the middle there. Then you can see straight. Checking again. There we go. And you'll see I've got flat nails, right? See? But we'll fix that. That's not a problem. I'm using my brush from Planet Nails, my size 14 Kalinsky Deluxe. Okay, so now what we're going to do is put on a bit of prep. And of course primer. For this one I'm going to use a little bit of acid primer, but I sometimes prefer the non-acid primer. I normally take my little brush and just wipe it off and make sure that I have it not too wet, whereas this primer can run into the cuticle. Now you've got to wait for it to dry. Please remember that when you do your bonding agent, which is your primer, your bonded, your bonding lotion, your non-stick primer, there's so many names for this. Please make sure that it's dry before you add your product. My Monomer liquid and my clear acrylic. And of course, just clearing my brush, burping it. Make sure that it's saturated before I start using it. Looks like this primer is dry. So there we can start. I'm not making this bead too wet. There we go. Putting it down right there. Just guide it to the side. Guide it to the side. Oops, I'm out of frame. And then pattern press it. And there, the whole first section of the nail is covered with clear acrylic. You'll see there's a little bit underneath. It's not always the easiest thing to do your own nails. So now I'm tipping it to watch on the side so that I can already see a little bit of the curve coming to life. You know, the arch. So there we go. Now I'm going to go in with a second small bead push it to the side, and then guide it down the nail. I'm just pushing it at the back so that we can actually have a bit of a arch there. Okay, another bit of a bead. There we go. Now I'm going to put it at the cuticle area. Press down. Press down. Press down. Now wet my brush. Just make sure that it goes in there. Wetted, and so that the actual acrylic can slide down the nail. Just checking it, of course. I'm sorry I'm going out of frame. I'm trying my best to stay inside, but when you do your own nails, you've got to turn your hand at such an angle that you can never get it right 100%. I'm just filling up the front. Again. And then I've been doing nails for about 18 years. I started very late in life when I did all my courses and stuff. And it's just become a passion to kind of teach, show others, and share. Really, I love doing nails. To me, it's one of the nicest occupations that a person could have. Other people would differ with me, but to me, being creative is the best. Okay, so there you can see, taking my brush, gliding it down, and then now you'll see I've got an arch, right? And how I do it, it's from there to there, it slides up to the 2/3 of the nail where the highest part of your arch is. That is where you want the strength of the nail, because it's going to quickly start sliding down when it's growing out, and then that section is going to protect you because it's going to be thicker. And then eventually when it comes to the free edge of the nail where your natural nail is, then it's strong, but then the back has weakened. Then you know it was time for a refill again, or an infill. I don't know what most of the people call it. I just call it a fill. And then we just double checking. I just want to make sure that the front of the nail has got a bit of strength as well. We don't want it too weak. Not a lot of filing to do. You'll see my nail is kind of okay. Done. Now I can just put on my gel polish, go back to normal. Nail is fixed. I'm so glad that you've joined me today watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. We all would love you to become subscribers on our channels. That is how we grow. I hope you liked it, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.